regarding Alibaba, well, I mean, I think that I used to have a large position in Alibaba. Most of it we have switched over to Prosus. I thought that's a somewhat better bet, which owns Tencent. I think both Alibaba and Tencent are amazing businesses. There is a lot of uncertainty and even probably a lot of risk related to the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. If they decide they want to kibosh these businesses, they have the power to do that. I don't think they'd want to do that. But clearly, China has gone down a path. And in fact, the whole world is going down a path where they're trying to define rules for the big tech companies. The big tech companies have run their affairs like the Wild West. So they are going to face more regulation and they are going to face more restrictions. But the history of this arena is that in the US, when the government went after businesses for antitrust, like when they went after Microsoft or AT&T or IBM or any of these companies, if you invested right after those investigations were launched or announced, you did really well as an investor. And the reason is that when the government finally realizes that a business has an unfair competitive advantage, it means that's a really, really strong advantage. And the second is that the companies usually are able to run circles around the regulators in terms of how they leverage them. I mean, just look at Google in Europe, right? I mean, they have it out for Google in Europe. They want to really slam Google and Apple and all these companies really hard. And they've been trying to do it for so many years. But even if Google pays a 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion fine, it is meaningless. That engine is so strong and so powerful that what looks like a big victory to the regulator is just a pimple on a camel's butt. It's irrelevant to Google. So I think that in China, it may be something similar where the regulations are coming in, but what that demonstrates is the power of these models. And these models may have some things, some wings getting clipped, but they may continue to do well in spite of that.